All right, we'll have an opening statement from Coach.
Great to see everyone. It's great to be here again, and it's especially good to be here with Roberto Nilsson. I'll start out by saying we're really excited about the start of the Pac-12 basketball season. We have a lot to look forward to at Oregon State, specifically the return of Angus Brandt, who was out all of last year with a torn MCL. You'll be happy to know he's back and ready to go. And also we'll have a few newcomers, one of them being Daniel Gomez, who has actually been at Oregon State for 3 years. This is his third year actually, and has not played because he has been injured for the last 2 years. So there's a lot to be excited about, and we're again happy to be here. And why don't you guys fire away with questions?
Take questions. Far back right.
Coach, as I'll ask probably everybody here, how much stronger do you think the league is this year than a year or two ago, and can you predict number of NCAA teams?
Well, you know, I'll answer that first question first. I think the league is going to be probably as good as it's been in the 5 years that I've been here. It's going to be exciting for everyone. I don't think you're going to have a night off this year. As far as NCAA teams, you know, I hope they take 12. No, I'm just kidding. I would say it's not out of the realm of possibility to get 5 or 6 teams.
Questions here. Third row on the left.
Hi Coach, Sarah Cazell, pack-12.com. We have a fan question for you from @TucsonSco on Twitter. Not a basketball question. He wants to know who picks the music that plays during your warm-ups, you or the players?
The players pick it, but I have veto rights. Roberto, who's the player who picks the most music?
I would have to say probably Devon Collier. Everybody, he has a great music selection, so I mean everybody trusts in him that he picks the best song. So I would say Devon.
Question here on the left.
Coach, I read in an article somewhere that you referred to Roberto as being on your first team All-Beer League. I was wondering if you could expand on that, and who else would make your first team All-Beer League?
Yeah, well, that was a jab at Roberto's conditioning at that point in time, and don't poo-poo the All-Beer League. I've been on some beer league teams, and we've beaten a lot of guys. But it really was to let all of our guys know that you know, at some point you will be at a point inevitably where basketball is secondary or tertiary in your development, and when you're here at Oregon State, now is not that time, and we want to take our conditioning level and our play and everything seriously.
We'll stay right over here on the left, towards the center.
Coach, last night was a big night for the president. How is your defense going to improve?
You know, you see what I have to put up with. No, I appreciate it, and I didn't have anything to do with getting them to come together as a team, by the way. Our defense is going to be a lot better, and a lot of that has to do with the fact that both Angus Brandt and Daniel Gomez are going to be back in the fold, and I think you're going to see a better man-to-man defense from us just because we've got a full year of it under our belt, and then you know, guys like the guy sitting next to me and the rest of our backcourt are just in great shape. They're very physical, and they've embraced defending, and I think that's going to help us because I thought that's where we fell down at the end of all those close games we lost last season.
Question on the right, third row.
Coach, with the suspension of Moreland and him coming back right into conference play, what kind of adjustments and things are you going to look for from your defense, specifically on the inside in the non-conference play?
Yeah. Right. Well, with Eric Moreland and I'll digress for a minute and tell you he's handling his suspension as about as admirably as I've seen anyone handle it. So I'm really excited about that. You can't replace an Eric Moreland. I mean, he's just a terrific player, a dynamic defender and rebounder. What we have to do is we have to replace his production as a team. So I'm asking Roberto, and I'm asking Angus, and I'm asking Daniel Gomez and Jamal Reed, all to replace his production until he gets back. And really what I think is going to happen is we're going to have more tools in our toolkit to use once Eric does come back. And that, I know it sounds like I'm spinning it positively, but that's really the way I see it.
Back right.
Coach, besides on your team, who are some of the new players in the league that you expect to make an impact this year?
Oh, wow. Well, I've been so focused on my own team, I haven't paid too much attention to other folks' teams. So give me a minute while I go through my head and think of a couple. Obviously, Aaron Gordon at Arizona is going to have a big impact. I mean, he's pretty well known. But I've got to tell you, I've got three newcomers on my team. Shea Njai, 7-footer from Senegal, Army Navy Academy. He's going to have to help us out while Eric is out. But I have two guards who I'm really impressed with. Malcolm DeVivier, who's from Toronto, Canada, and Hallis Cook, who's from Union City, New Jersey, by way of St. Anthony's. And both of those guys are going to be freshmen that are going to get significant minutes to help these guys out, and I think are going to be ones to watch.
Stay over on the right.
Roberto, can you talk about what you've seen from the conference, how it's evolved and just throughout your career? And as a follow-up to that, what can Oregon State do to try to get up into that upper half and make a run for the NCAA tournament?
Well, like you said, I mean, the conference is definitely deep this year, and I wouldn't be surprised as well if there are multiple teams that are going to be ranked and that will enter the tournament. But we just got to just make sure we're doing all the necessary things. And one of the things that we're focusing on this year is raising the bar and going the extra degree. So I mean that's doing just a lot and maximizing your potential. And like Coach said, I used to be in the beer league, but through hard work and all that, my teammates pushing me each day and raising the bar with me, I'm in the best shape of my life. And now I can push these guys and have the freshmen come in and make sure that they're doing the right thing, so that we just continue to do it as the years go on and just continue to push to be in the upper half of the Pac-12.
Got time for one more question? Stay over here on the right towards the middle.
Coach, you had a bit of a turnaround 2 years ago, winning 11 more games than the previous year. Last year you slid back a little bit. Can you kind of just talk about what happened between those 2 years and what it will take to get back to that level from a couple years back?
Yeah, it's pretty easy to see what happened. I mean, you know, we had to build this program from the ground up, and we had a terrific recruiting class that included Roberto, Joe Burton, Angus Brandt, and Jared Cunningham. And what you saw take place last year was we had a team that was supposed to have Jared Cunningham, Angus Brandt, along with Roberto and Joe Burton, and we didn't have that. And Daniel Gomez being out, I thought we were shorthanded. What we're doing to get back on track is I've got a team that's got a year more of hard-edged Pac-12 experience under their belt, who lost a lot of really close games. And you know, the way I look at it, you make 3 or 4 more defensive stops and you change half of those outcomes, you have a completely different season.
All right, that'll do it. Gentlemen, thank you very much.